It is therefore my honor to nominate Ohio Senator J.D. Vance for the office of Vice President of the United States of America.
In the last couple of months, J.D. Vance has gone from somebody who was relatively unknown across America to somebody who's been thrust into the national spotlight as Donald Trump's VP nominee. When I started doing my research on J.D. Vance, I found out that he was actually a best-selling author and he published a book called Hillbilly Elegy before he got into politics, and that book was also turned into a movie. So I figured why not go back and read his book to kind of just learn more about him and understand who he is as a candidate. So Hillbilly Elegy is the story of J.D. Vance. It is an autobiography in which he details his entire life from when he was little all the way up till 2016, which is the point at which the book is published. And something just really special about this was how unfiltered he approached this book. This book is really authentic, it's really true. You can tell that every single story that he tells is truly his. And he does a lot of work on introducing his family, making sure that his family and everybody that's important to him, the reader knows who they are and the reader understands their stories as well as JD's. And he does a good job of showing how his family stories have then impacted his story and essentially shaped him into becoming the person that he is today. He details his journey from small town Ohio to the Marine Corps to then Ohio State and after that Yale Law School, which is a journey in itself that I think is just extraordinary, because for somebody to grow up in the circumstances that he did, to come from the financial background that he did, to make it all the way to Yale Law is something that most people can't do with maybe triple the amount of resources that he was ever given. So I thought that particular is just extremely impressive to read about. Something that I thought was actually pretty cool was at the very beginning of the book, when he's essentially writing the introduction, he says that I've written this book not because I've accomplished anything extraordinary or because I've, accomplished anything in politics. He actually says politics, but he says because I've accomplished something rather ordinary. That's a big deal for somebody like me. And I just thought that that was a really cool real life foreshadowing for somebody to have the journey that he had from, again, the background that he came from is just, it's extremely remarkable. And regardless of, in my opinion, whether you agree with his policies or not, I think that anybody can appreciate his journey and what he's overcome to get to the point where he is now. Overall though, I'm generally not a big fan of autobiographies, but this book was just, it was really easy to read. I also listened to it. It was really easy to listen to just because, again, the way that he tells his life, he really has such an interesting life, or at least he shaped the book in that way that it doesn't feel like you're reading somebody's autobiography. It really feels like you're following a journey. And I mean, that is also why the book was turned into a movie. And overall, it was a really, really good read, and it gave me a lot of context on him. And again, whether you agree with policy or not, it gave me a lot of respect for what he accomplished given what he's come from. That's all I have. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.